Hey guys, Dan here with Battlefield Curator. We know that the M1 Garand is one of the most sought after military surplus rifles. Why is that? Well, you've got the heritage behind it, the history behind it, developed just before World War II, used in World War II, Korea, and even Vietnam. It was the first semi-automatic rifle used as a standard service rifle in military service. Well, we all know that the M1 Garand is like the cream of the crop when it comes to military surplus collecting. A lot of collectors want to get their hands on an M1 Garand. One thing I notice is a lot of people just go out and if they see an M1 Garand, they just go buy it because it's there. With that being said, the M1 Garand is really high priced in a lot of areas. A lot of shops have them for a huge dollar amount. So, where can you get one for cheap? Well, I know just where. And if you haven't heard of the CMP, that's exactly where you can get them for cheap. So here's what you need to know. The CMP, the Civilian Marksmanship Program, is a nonprofit, government-chartered organization that helps with marksmanship training, and they also make money off of selling old military surplus, including rifles like the M1 Garand. They're not really pricing these M1s very high. They're actually fairly cheap. For as little as around $700, you can get your hands on an M1 Garand, and in pretty decent condition. You can only buy up to, I think, 6 or 8 of these per year, but some people are actually taking advantage of this, and they're reselling them on Gunbroker, at their local shops, at gun shows, for around $1,500 or even $2,500. So you, as the consumer or the collector, who may not be well versed in M1s, need to keep this in mind. Why doesn't everyone just go to the CMP and get them? Well, first of all, not a lot of people really know about the CMP. So if you don't know about the CMP and the requirements you have to meet in order to make a purchase from them, you can check out my video right here. All right, so as a collector, you need to be well versed in how the CMP operates. You need to know that you need to meet special requirements in order to get an M1 from the CMP. You need to know that the CMP can ship the M1, depending what state you're in, directly to your house. You need to know that you can go to the Talladega Marksmanship Park, the CMP South store, or you can go to the CMP North store and pick them out for yourself. They're on racks. There's a bunch of them. You need to also know the condition of these. Like I said, you can get one for around $700, and sometimes they're not even in that bad of shape. The Philippine returns that I've seen lately have been in pretty rough shape. Another thing here is that some people just don't want to travel to the CMP in the 3 locations they're located at because either they can't because it's too far of a drive, or they're not able to, or they just don't want to. And then if they do the mail order, they're not certain of what they're going to get quality-wise, so they'd be less interested in doing that mail order form. With the CMP, you have to order through mail, so you have to fill out a mail order packet, and some people just don't want to fill out the paperwork. It's either laziness or they just don't want to because it's not convenient for them. The truth is, if you see something online and it's there, even though it's high price, you'd be tempted to buy it because it's there and available. If you see something in store, you'd be tempted to buy it because it's there and it's available and you can inspect it. Another thing you need to know is you need to look out for what the telltale signs are of somebody just trying to flip an M1 Garand. So how do you tell? They'll come with a gun case that says CMP, especially if they're in a black case, because those were the newer cases issued as of, I think, a few years ago. Another sign that it could be from the CMP is that it has a certificate that comes with it that says it's from the CMP. You're gonna see a lot of these CMP M1 Garands with a lot of mixed match parts. That's pretty normal for any military service rifle that's been around for a while. Not too many of them are really left in original condition. Sometimes you might see one that somebody pieced together over time from different parts from different rifles that may look all correct. And maybe that's more valuable to you as a collector. So you need to make the decision. You also have to keep in mind the supply and demand of these rifles. A lot of people want them, and there's really not a good supply of them. So that's another reason why they're pretty high priced. So about, on average, I'd say you can get a really decent, good looking M1 Garand from the CMP for about $1,000. And so if you see one for sale at your local shop or a gun show for $2,500, you need to hold your emotions back, refrain from the purchase, go check out the CMP and see what they have to offer before you just go buy something at your local store, gun show, auction, gunbroker, or website. All right, so in conclusion, you as the consumer, you as the buyer, you as the collector, you've got to be a little wise next time you see a M1 Garand. Do the research into the CMP. Do the research into how to get one from the CMP. And not associated with the CMP, by the way, but I do think that, it's sad to see people getting ripped off all the time when they go out and get themselves their first M1 Garand. If you found this video useful, helpful in any way, let me know in the comment section what you think. Be sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And as always, like to say, be sure to learn history and curate history. Make it a great day.